Hi everybody, I thought I'd sort of do a little vlog-ish sort of a video today. It is Saturday morning, kind of early. It's 9 o'clock. I've been up since 6. I had to take the husband to work because I've got a education concert today. You can see I got my beard trimmed yesterday, or 2 days ago now, 3 days ago. I don't know. I got like my hair did. She did, the new barber. She did such a wonderful job, and got my beard trimmed, and I'm really loving it. And then as she was trimming it, we were both like, wow, it's almost all silver. But I'm actually loving it. She did such a great job. I'm glad I went to get a new barber. And the next time I see her is on my birthday. So, but that's not until June. But I kind of wanted to do a little vlog-ish sort of a video, as we have this weekend of concerts through Monday, and then next week is like our final main stage concert of the season, like, with an orchestra on stage. We're doing Mahler Symphony No. 5, and we're doing a Haydn Symphony, the one about the kettle drum. I forget the title in German. It's a long word that I can't pronounce and I can't remember. But so I just thought I would do a little bit of what I'm doing today. I have been spending time in my planner just to kind of get things set up. I've been using my Hobonichi daily since I got it, and it's been a nice change. I've been using traveler's notebooks of various shapes and sizes since 2012 as like my main planning and journaling system, and it's kind of a nice change. I've tried to use the Hobonichi in the past, but I don't think I was quite ready for it, because I was teaching at 2, 3, 4 schools, and with the symphony schedule, it just I think it would have worked, but I don't know if it is the system that would have worked for me. But with the traveler's notebook, I could have had, actually I did. I had an insert for each school that I taught at, and so I could keep notes on students at each school, and that way there was no like crossover. All the planning that happened at one school happened in one insert, so if for some reason I needed to turn that over, I could turn that over, and then there wouldn't be like cross-pollination of information from one school to another to another to another. So it was just like, yep, this is the insert I used for this school, here you go. Because education, and even though a lot of mine were university students, there are university students that sometimes have learning disabilities, and they've got certain requirements that need to be met, and all of that stuff that I ain't got to worry about no more, and I'm extremely ecstatic. I've been thinking a lot about teaching, and I love teaching. I do. I love sharing my joy for music with the students, but I was noticing the students that I had been starting to get were changing, and when I was a student, I was constantly listening to new to me music, and researching flute composers, and or composers that wrote a lot of music for flute, and and trying to listen to recordings, as many as I could. If there were, I'm slanting. If there were 3 recordings of this piece, I would try to find a way to listen to all 3 recordings, whether I bought them or I found them in a library or a listening library, or if our university was on a lending library with them. Nowadays you can find a lot of stuff online. Back in my day, you had to buy a physical cassette or a CD of it. Digital downloads weren't a thing until like really 2004 is where they became kind of popular with the iPod and stuff. But classical music was, slow to go to that route. So a lot of the stuff I had on my original iPod Mini, which I still have, I gotta find that. I wanna pull that out and use that, so I don't have to use my phone. I had to put on my computer and then connect my computer to, the iPod. Remember when you had to do that in order to get new music and videos? There was no Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, none of that stuff. It was all done with those 32-bit pin cables and stuff. Wow, things have sure changed. But yesterday we were at the Hardesty Regional Library. Today we're going to St. Aidan's. It's a church north of Tulsa. And what I will do is when I get there, I'll kind of take a little video or photo or something and kind of insert it here and have a little vloggy sort of a video for you guys this week, because we're doing education concerts, and 4 of them. One yesterday, one today, one Sunday afternoon, and one Monday evening. So there we are. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye. Well, we're in the car and we just got to the church. I always forget how short of a drive it is here. It looks on the map and even looks, in person that it's going to be a little bit longer of a distance. And I always forget that the roads that I drive to get here, no one's ever on. So it's, if you're stuck at a stoplight, they've got those timed lights where no one is, so they see you're there and oops, click, there you go. I gotta do something for the car. There. It was in the battery safe mode or whatever, so I had to make sure that the battery didn't run out, that everything got turned off. So I'm at the church. What I will do is, it's a small church, but it's a really nice church inside, and when I can get inside, it looks like someone just pulled up, but I'm quite early. But it's a cute little church. It's called St. Aidan's, A-I-D-E-N, but it was originally called St. Mark's Church. It was built in the, I want to say 1940s, and Trinity Episcopal is the main Episcopal church in downtown Tulsa, and they had these 4 satellite churches. This one is the one in North Tulsa. And North Tulsa is, this actually isn't too far from where Black Wall Street was. So since I'm on my own today, the husband's at work until 3. When this recital ends a little after noon, what I will do is I'll see if I can do a little bit of driving and take us down towards the area where Black Wall Street is, because it's interesting. They're finally doing some construction in the area. Well, they've done lots of construction in the area. It used to be, when I moved to Tulsa almost 20 years ago, there was nothing there. A couple of shops and what looked like what was remnants of burned down buildings. And the land got bought up. They put the stadium for the baseball team there, the Tulsa Drillers. I think they feed, is there a Colorado baseball team? I think they feed into some Colorado baseball team. And our hockey team feeds into Colorado. And they're like, Colorado is a huge Red Wing rivalry, so we don't go to those hockey teams. Which is sad, because I really miss going to hockey games. I really loved going to hockey when I lived in Detroit and in Chicago. The Blackhawks and the Red Wings were my teams. but I'll see if I can, drive around and get some footage of the area, because there were some places where they still had like sidewalks, remnants of sidewalks to houses that had gotten burnt and destroyed. And there was a sidewalk and a little steps up to nothing because that was where the house originally was. So it'll be interesting. I will get ready to head inside and see you in the next video clip. Okay, we're back in the car, and I just showed you a little bit of footage of the inside of the church. Sorry for at the end, I kind of showed you the top of the ceiling, so it might have made you a little on the sick side. Okay, so I'm in this area that used to be the north end of Tulsa of the train tracks, so like downtown but north, and this area now is called Guthrie Green. And Guthrie Green is what used to be the Black Wall Street area. There were a few white businesses here, like there was a Tulsa stationery company, I forget what it was called, where they made number 2 pencils and pads of paper and stuff like that, and they didn't make a ballpoint pens. They made kind of like rollerball and fountain pens is what the types of pens that they made. And the building was like right where I am, but of course it got burned down like so many other things did there. But what I will do is there's brand new buildings to the left, and there's a beautiful park to the right, to my right, where like the Tulsa Symphony, we do our symphony in the park in the fall. It's like one of the first Fridays of September is usually when that happens. And I'll just kind of, I'm gonna drive around. It's like way too hot today. I'm gonna drive around and get a few photos and videos and just kind of show you a little bit of Tulsa. I didn't record any of the concert because number one, we can't because of copyright. YouTube would just even if I don't declare, if I make the video one where I don't it's not monetized, they would still like silence sections of it. And so just to avoid all of that nonsense. So enjoy. So here's a little bit of the park. There's an outdoor stage, and there's this big grass field, and they do like outdoor yoga and like boot camp and stuff like that. I'm gonna slowly move the camera. And then over here, there's like bathrooms and like little shops that have like little snacks and stuff like that. We're gonna slowly pan over. Here you can see we are downtown. There's a couple of the skyscrapers ahead. And then these are new buildings. This one is the Legacy and Trust the bank. And then this one right here that you can't see the top is Helmrich and Payne. The Helmrich Family Foundation is my sponsor for my chair. And this is one of the new buildings that they've recently just built. And you can see that they've got all of these little umbrellas and tablecloths that they're getting out. Today is May 4th. May the 4th be with you all. But they're getting ready for tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo downtown. And it looks like there might be a race going on, or there was a race going on. But let's take you to another area, okay? We'll be back. So what you can see straight ahead is the ground level entrance to the 1OK field, which is where the Tulsa baseball team plays. Let me see, can I zoom? There we go. That's where they play, in there. Not sure how much I can drive with this on my wheel, but we'll see what we can do. Just to kind of, give you a little view of what's over there. Let's see what happens. There's a few bumps. Sorry about that. I don't think there's a baseball game today. There might be one tonight, but not today. And I think there's one tomorrow, but there's the stadium. And that's where we do some outdoor concerts as well. So there's the stadium. Let me zoom out. And here we are. Gonna go left. They've got all the no parking signs up because they want to make sure that they have it cleared for but you can see the stadium right there, the back of it. One thing that's actually kind of nice is if you like baseball and you don't have a ticket, you could pull up a chair and just sit and watch the entire game. It's kind of funny. Here they have a now this is the area that was really known. This right here is the only standing surviving buildings from Black Wall Street. And you can see the sign that says Black Wall Street over there. And there's one of the oldest African American churches is here. And there is a Oklahoma State University is right there. I want to stop and get a photo of this and make it better for you. Here's a nice view of downtown. So here, I wanted to make sure I got a photo of this. This is the one of the Black Wall Street signs where it was done with local street artists, and it's really beautiful. Turn this on. Here we are, just a few steps away from where I just showed a little video, but here is the prayer wall for racial healing at the Vernon African Methodist Episcopal Church. And here you can see the church right there. This church is still standing and was one of very few buildings that remained standing after the fires that went on for forever. There's still a lot of leftover energy in the area, and if you look under the overpass, see how they have those buildings to the left and to the right. There's one block. That's the only block that's left standing. Another problem is this highway right above it is the 240 4 loop is like a ring that runs around the city of Tulsa. North of Tulsa, east, west, and just south of downtown Tulsa. And it pretty much cut off this whole area from what there was before. Like, in this area there were barbers and doctors and dentists, and it was especially in these buildings down here. There were, I think there's still a barber, but there was dentists and lawyers, and they were all black owned, because at that time it was, the early 1900s, and they had to have their own because segregation. And this highway that was put in, after the fact, many years after the fact, still made them tear down houses and stuff like that. So I'll see if I can find some like accurate photos and put in as well. Now this building here, the Williams building, is like 1/3 the size of the World Trade Towers. Before they built the Trade Towers, they built a smaller version of it here in Tulsa to see if it would work. And so when friends of mine from New York come to play and to come see this, they're shocked because it's a World Trade Tower. Well, I'm back home, as you can see. I'm gonna get myself some lunch and a big glass of water because it's hot outside. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's something that I normally don't do, so the quality isn't that great, but I just thought I would take you around with me a little bit today. So, see you in the next video. Bye.